Hey Meno Warriors, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel where I share a weekly video with you every Monday on something related to menopause. Today I'm talking about fatty liver disease because you may have belly fat. You might think it's down to fat gain, constipation, gas, more bloating, but it might actually be related to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So well, I've seen different figures, 1 in 3, 1 in 4, 1 in 5 people in the States and the UK have early stages of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It's serious. One of the main things about it is the fact that it can go pretty much undetected until it's almost too late. And when it's too late, it can look like it's alcoholic related cirrhosis of the liver. So it's a pretty serious thing to be dealing with. And because I talk a lot about belly fat, and sometimes it's not belly fat. Sometimes it could be, our sex organs inside needing some care. If we've got growths or the swelling and that sort of thing, that's really important that if you have got swelling that you're not entirely sure about, go and get it checked. There are various tests, go and talk to your healthcare provider, but there are various tests that you can have done to check on the health of your liver. The liver is one of those things, it's a bit like osteoporosis, which I spoke about last week. It's one of those things you want to preempt. So go and get the checks done before you get a possible news that you're not so keen on, because although the liver is I think it's the fastest redeveloping organ of the body, so it's amazing what the liver can do, it is not completely infallible, and you certainly don't want to be on the list waiting for a liver transplant, because that liver transplant may never arrive. So and of course the implication of all the other things that can go wrong when your liver isn't working properly, take them. So it is worth getting your liver health checked up on, particularly if you've been a chronic drinker. Chronic means long term. I think people aren't quite sure about the two terms. Acute means something hasn't been for too long. Chronic means it's a long-term thing. So just to sort of clarify that as well. So yeah, I mean, the liver helps to clean our blood. It makes bile, it produces bile, which makes digestion possible. It stores the energy for our body as sugar. So just be aware of the fact that you might want to preempt some tests to see where you're at the moment, bearing in mind so many of us have got early stage non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You want to make sure that you are not one of them. And if you have got it, there are things that you can do to easily make changes. They are lifestyle related, which you'll be really, really glad to hear. There was, in the journal Menopause, they found that after menopause, women had a 2.4 higher rate of developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease than before menopause. So before menopause, it's more prevalent in men. After menopause, it is more prevalent in women, and even more sobering is the fact that the mortality rates are higher in women as well. So just, bear that in mind. Menopause, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, lifestyle. So I'm going to share a few things with you that are going to help you, do things that are going to be beneficial for your liver. So a bit like osteoporosis, avoid sodas. That is the sugary flavored drinks that so many of us drink. They are very high in high fructose corn syrup. Now you might think, oh, fruit's got fructose in. Fruit is an entirely different beast. Fruit is good for you. The fructose is also part of the fiber matrix. It's attached with fructose and glucose, which are delivered more slowly into the body because of the fiber. You've got also the antioxidants and the minerals, the vitamins. Fruit is brilliant for you. So please don't think fruit is a baddie. Soda, on the other hand, is one of the reasons that so many teenagers also have got non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And there are more and more studies showing that it's becoming a severe threat for our teens because they drink so much soda. So if you drink soda, just stop it. Soda is one of the easiest things you can cut out. Also know that high fructose corn syrup is in things like crackers. You'd never think it was. Mayonnaise, ketchup, salad dressings, pasta sauces. It is in so many different shop bought products. So get good at reading labels. Look for high fructose corn syrup. I was doing a comparison between the HEINZ ketchup in the UK and the US. We haven't got high fructose corn syrup in our ketchup over here. Over there they do, because we've got different regulations. So, you know, just because one country it doesn't contain it, if you're traveling a lot, make sure, because it could well contain it in another country. Processed food is laden with high fructose corn syrup. Just avoid it like the plague. It is so bad for you. So like last week, osteoporosis, sodas, phosphoric acid, it pulls the calcium out of your bones, which you then pee out, which leads you to a greater risk of osteoporosis, brittle bone disease. With the sodas, in this instance, we're talking about high fructose corn syrup, and it is a high contributor to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You would probably be better off drinking a glass of red wine, to be quite honest, because you've got the resveratrol in it. If you have got advanced fatty liver disease, you want to cut out sugars, you want to cut out processed foods, no alcohol, let your liver regenerate. It needs time to get itself back on track. Autophagy is something that you can do to help your body get better. So autophagy is basically the body's automatic cleaning system. It says the term means the body eats itself, but that is a good thing, because it helps to clear up dead cells, it helps to clear up diseased cells. As we get older, through menopause, autophagy doesn't occur as often as it does when we're younger. And that is one of the reasons that it's believed that cancer is more prevalent as we get older, because, you know, the autophagy process isn't quite as robust as it used to be. And so it's not eating up cells that perhaps should be eaten up. So autophagy, you can stimulate autophagy by intermittent fasting. So essentially, it's just giving your body time off. It's stop the constant grazing. When we are menopausal and beyond, you do not need to keep snacking. You don't need to keep your blood sugars up. You need to be giving your body time in between meals so your blood sugars are not constantly elevated. Every time you eat something, it will have a response of some sort with your blood sugars. Whether you follow keto, whatever diet you have, whenever you eat something, it still stimulates, you know, the blood sugars. Give your body time off. So, I follow a 16-8 window. So I try not to eat within a 16-hour period, and I eat within an 8-hour window. That gives my body time just to sort of rebuild and regenerate and have a bit of time off before I feed it with food again. So just be aware of that. Also, exercise helps stimulate autophagy. Again, exercise is one of those things we should all be doing. You have to make time for exercise. Your health is your greatest asset. If you have not got your health, I don't care how busy you are. The women in my body confidence group, we're all busy. We don't just sit around knitting and watching TV and having nice coffee mornings. Granted, some people do that, and there's nothing against that either. But for people then they come up to me with the time excuse. You can do 5 minutes of really conscientious effort and you will still get great results. We have workouts called 5ers. They're 5 minutes. There is absolutely no excuse. You have to, if you want to have a healthier second life, you have to be incorporating intentional movement into it, whether you have more time on your hands or not. So just be aware of sugars, sodas, processed foods. Obviously, don't drink too much alcohol. That's not going to be good for you. I am all about a balanced, healthy diet, and I enjoy drinking. I don't drink to get drunk. I just enjoy beer. I enjoy wine and whiskey. So I don't drink it all the time, but I do. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying your life. Have some fun with it, but just be aware of the price that you will pay if you're having too much of the stuff that you think you love. Interestingly, too, once you stop drinking the sodas, once you cut out the sugars, once you get rid of the processed foods, you won't crave them any longer. You may crave them for a few days because they're designed to get you craving them. They're designed to want you to come back and eat more. But once you've broken that habit, you will not want to go back and have more. And on the odd occasion, you might think you'll treat yourself to, my favorite meal at one of the fast food restaurants. And you'll have it and you'll just think, ugh, really? It's amazing how your taste buds change, how your expectations change, how your body gets used to being fed with nutrition. Food over the last few years has become so misleading. I mean, food marketing labels have got so much to be responsible for. It's not all the consumer's fault. However, we do have a responsibility to become aware of labels. Make sure you're not fruit juices. I grew up and everybody said, oh, have a glass of orange juice at breakfast. It's really healthy for you. It's not. You might as well have a Coke at breakfast. Packaged orange juice is not healthy. If you have a juicer where you're juicing your own and it's fresh, it's not been pasteurized, it's not been treated, it's not made from concentrate, well, then that's a slightly different issue. But the packet stuff, it is not healthy. Just drink water or juice your own stuff. One of the healthiest things you can have is water with fresh lemon juice or fresh lime juice in it. It is acidic on the outside of the body, but it has an alkaline effect on the inside of the body. I only mentioned that because somebody asked me that the other day, and she was being badgered at work because everybody was saying it was acidic. It's acidic. It will make you more acidic. On the inside, it doesn't. Lemon juice in the morning with water is absolutely fantastic. Make sure you're eating healthy fats. Healthy fats are really important for us. There are also a few other things that you may not have heard that are going to help you if you struggle, if you've got sort of early stage non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So you've probably heard of milk thistle. I know people who go out on a bender and they have milk thistle the day before because it helps your liver to detoxify itself. It is very beneficial for your liver. So a milk thistle supplement will certainly support your liver health. Know also that in fact, I'll drop the link below. There are some things that you might think are really healthy for you, which actually in larger amounts are not so good. So interestingly, green tea leaf extract in large amounts has been shown to be detrimental, so damaging to the health of your liver. So just be aware of these things. That link, if you pop it in, because I went and checked all the adaptogen herbs that I drink every day. I was thinking, oh no, please don't say they're bad for my liver. Thankfully, none of them are. And I don't even know why I doubted it, because I know they are tested so rigorously before they're put together in the superfood shake that I have. But I was thinking, oh my God, no, please don't, no, but they're fine. So just in case any of you are thinking, well, what about those adaptogen herbs she drinks? They are good for my liver, thank goodness. But green tea leaf extract in large quantities is not. So back up on that. Not necessarily green tea, it's the green tea leaf extract and large amounts of it. Dandelions are really great for your liver health. Artichoke hearts, love artichokes. Curcumin, turmeric, that sort of thing. Caffeine is also really good for your liver. However, if you're struggling with a hepatic problem, I'm not sure whether you'd want to drink too much caffeine, because although caffeine itself in small quantities can be beneficial against non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, you might want to be a bit careful. I got hepatitis. Oh, which one is it? Is the not serious one? A or C? From Weil's disease, so canoeing, and I canoe and used to spend a lot of time underwater because I wasn't very good at it in the really, really big stuff, and often fell out. And I contracted Weil's disease, and I had to go off tea and coffee and alcohol, of course, for about 3 or 4 months, no sugars, anything like that. I had a lot of pain in my liver when I had that. And I just remember them saying, don't drink coffee either. So just be aware of that. I think it's one of those that it can be quite good for you, but, perhaps stay off it, or don't drink too much of it. Herbs, things like parsley, coriander, rosemary are incredibly good. They're really detoxing. I actually add coriander and parsley to my dog's food. I make them a broth that they have with their meat and their other various bits that I feed them. And they always have coriander and parsley in it as well. They eat it miraculously because those two herbs combined are really beneficial at helping the body to detoxify. Another thing that you can use is called TUDCA. That's an acronym. I'm not even going to try and attempt to call it the long complicated name, but that is a type of bile salt, and it's been used in Chinese medicine for 3,000 plus years. That is something that you can go and Google it, TUDCA. There is a lot of evidence pointing to its efficacy in helping you with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, because it can also cause the bile ducts to get blocked up, and TUDCA helps to I think it sort of liquefies or just helps to remove any blockages that might be happening in the bile ducts. And of course, if there's blockages in the bile ducts, then the liver is not going to be working properly either. So make sure that you are just supporting your body in every way that you possibly can do. So there was a lady that I heard, because I love when I research for these things, and she had a pet bird. I'm not quite sure whether it was a parakeet or quite what it was, or a parrot, whatever. And just going back to the milk thistle thing, her parrot, say for instance, the vet had said it's going to have to be put to sleep because it has advanced liver disease. Well, she knew about milk thistle, so she gave her pet bird, I don't know how she worked out the dosage, she gave her pet bird milk thistle, and this thing is thriving. The liver has reduced in size, it's no longer on the new euthanasia list, and it's basically the liver is repairing itself and regenerating. So milk thistle across the board is a pretty safe thing to take for you and your pets, apparently. Tocotrienol. So I mentioned these, they are in vitamin E. And I've mentioned it before because vitamin E is something that might help you against your joint pain. It can help combat the bad kind of LDL cholesterol. It helps counter inflammation in the body, and if we can help reduce inflammation, then that's a beneficial thing. But if you're looking at it for the benefit of the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, rather than the vitamin E that contains the 4 tocopherols and the 4 tocotrienols, just get the 4 tocotrienols. That is going to maximize the impact that you get to help you repair your liver more effectively. Now, before this, I did have a look on Amazon, because I normally get everything off Amazon or iherb.com. You can probably get it on iHerb. I couldn't find just the 4 tocotrienols on Amazon in the vitamin E supplement, but I did say, I typed in Google for the vitamin E tocotrienols only, and lots of different links popped up. So if you are dealing with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or you suspect it, or you get diagnosed with it, soon, get yourself some of the vitamin E with just the 4 tocotrienols, not the 4 tocopherols as well. So I hope that you found that helpful. I think non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is something that we all assume we're not going to have, because I talk to a lot of people about obviously bloating and various bits and pieces, and they say, oh no, I don't drink alcohol, I never touch the stuff. Well, you don't need to for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It goes without saying that if you are overweight, and particularly if you are obese, you have a much higher incidence or much higher risk. You will have some non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, but just know that you can regenerate your liver, and there are so many things that you can do to help reverse it. So milk thistle, tudka, lots of veggies, eat lots of veggies. Fruit's good for you. Just cut out the sodas. Get good at reading labels. Look for high fructose corn syrup. If it's on your label, stick it back on the shelf. In an ideal world, prepare your food at home. Don't buy shop-bought salad dressings. Don't buy shop-bought pasta sauces and things like that, because they are full of that kind of rubbish. Obviously, it goes without saying, sweets, cakes, biscuits, those sorts of things, they are not going to be helping you at all. And you probably know that already, but just be aware that high fructose corn syrup is the one you really want to cut out. Okay. Tudka, like I said, for your bile salts. Milk thistle. I think every single health shop on the planet has got milk thistle. And start exercising. You don't have to do a comprehensive, scary, intimidating exercise plan if you are brand new to fitness, or if you are, morbidly obese. But start moving. Just go for short walks, and then make the short walk a little bit longer, make it a little bit faster, and just progress from there. But you have to start some kind of movement. If you cannot move, if you're wheelchair bound, if you are you're too heavy to move around too much, start in your chair. Just even lifting arms, or bicep curls without any weight in your hands. Just start moving. You can even tighten your core without moving a thing. You can just sit there and tighten your core, make it tighten, contract. That is going to make so much difference to you. Contract the muscles in your legs. Sit there and just work your way down. So if you cannot move, or you're seat bound or bed bound, just work your way down your body. You know, start with lift your shoulders up, lift your shoulders down, tighten your arms, tighten your core, squeeze your glutes, tighten your quads. You can probably lift your toes up and down on the floor so you can start to exercise your calf muscles and get some movement into your ankles. If that is all that you can manage, start to do that more regularly, and you will find that you will gradually build up strength. It will, without a shadow of a doubt, you're still using your muscles. You're just not using those muscles with movement. They're static exercises, and static exercises are incredibly powerful. So there is something that everyone can do. We can all move somehow, even if it's just contracting our muscles, and have a daily plan for that. You know, make sure you're incorporating that into your daily routine. However your day looks, wherever you're at with your health, whatever you do, start to incorporate some kind of movement, even just like holding your hands like this and squeezing in and out. I must improve my bust, but you know, you can feel your chest muscles, you can feel them moving. It's also going to be stimulating your arm muscles. There is so much that you can do that you probably don't think you can do. Just get some shoulder rotation, move them backwards. The muscles in your shoulders and your back have to contract to be able to move your arms backwards. So if that is all you can manage, just start to do that for a few minutes and build up. And I promise you it will make such a big difference. So I hope that was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss future episodes. Please give me a thumbs up if you found this helpful. And I'd be really interested to, find out, have you had a liver test? Have you got early stage non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? Do you know somebody who's had fatty liver disease? What have you got any stories that you can share below? Because again, I think the comments are an absolute wealth of knowledge, because it's like reviews for a product. People talk their truth in the comments, well, most of the time, and it's just really helpful to find out what your experience is, or maybe of somebody else that you know, and also what were they advised to do, and do you follow intermittent fasting? Do you allow your body that time to regenerate? Because that will make such a big difference too. Oh, lastly, just make sure you're drinking plenty of water as well. Water is, we are made up, sort of 60-70% of our bodies is made of water. So make sure you are always drinking plenty of fluids, just to help flush through your body. If your body is not too bunged up, it makes the job of the liver much easier, because of course it's one of our major detoxifying organs. So with that, thank you so much for your company, and I will talk to you again soon.